Most business owners think they need better salespeople to grow revenue. Usually they don't. They need a better sales system. I'm Pete from Learning Elements, and in this video we'll dig deeper into the structure your business needs to turn unpredictable sales into steady, scalable growth. Without a system, salespeople get stuck. They get stuck in a cycle of random activity, usually chasing the newest lead, hoping they get lucky. And typically they spend most of their time on the activities they like, and less time or no time on the activities they find difficult or uncomfortable. Without a system, they rely on hustle or ego to get results. This leads to desperate salespeople, and it shows. They know it, their sales manager knows it, and their customers know it. If you want to break the cycle and finally build a sales engine that works, click below to book a chat and we can review your business. So in a previous video, I outlined the sales performance pillars that support every high-performing sales team that we work with. So let's take a closer look at what you need to build each pillar. Pillar 1, systems and processes. So this is the foundational parts of your business, the playbooks, the tools, the workflows that create consistency and reliability. It's not just about your CRM in a sales environment, it's how your entire business supports and enables sales, from marketing and post-sales, service delivery, operations. So some of the areas that we need to look at under this pillar for sales is that you ensure you have a consistent and repeatable sales framework. We'd look more at that in pillar 2 as well, that you establish your CRM and pipeline workflows and reporting, that you have a clear sales support and post-sales process, that you have a referral process in place that is always used to make sure that any of your happy customers and all of your happy customers are able to refer other people, that you have a nurture process for those prospects that aren't quite ready for you yet, but they want to be brought along for the ride and nurtured until they're ready. And you need to have clear account management or retention processes to make sure that all of those customers that you have brought on board stay with you and continue to get value, looking for opportunities for things like cross-sell and upsell. In a marketing context, at the really basic level, you need to make sure you identify your target audience, clearly identify your target audience, that you align marketing and messaging with that target audience, and that you develop basic lead funnels to ensure that you're attracting both your known and unknown markets, and that they have ways of being brought through the funnel to having sales conversations. And then for operations, you need to ensure you have clear role clarity documents with performance expectations that must be spoken about as each person starts. They should be absolutely clear as to what their performance will be based on. You need to align all of your collateral, your templates, your support material with your target audience and with your sales process. You need to understand your entire customer journey and all of the touch points that someone may go through before they become a customer and when they become a customer. You need to have business alignment across your entire business. So your finance team, your operations, your customer service, your IT, your human resources should all be aligned in the same direction. Typically, they should all be aligned from a sales perspective in understanding how customers come into your business and how they can support your business to bring on new customers. And you should ensure that your remuneration, your recognition, your reward programs drive the correct behaviors, the actual desired behaviors. Particularly important in a sales environment. If all you do is reward salespeople for closing sales, then they will close sales at all cost. That all cost might be the wrong customer, customers that churn quickly, customers that end up being problem customers and having more issues down the track. Pillar 2, skills and capability. This is about building consistency, having a consistent sales approach, and then developing the individual sales people, the skills of those people in how to execute the sales conversation, and developing your sales leaders. Without this, even the best systems would struggle to deliver results. So for skills and capability, You want to look at things like ensuring you have a clear vision, mission, values, that you have a clear identity for your business, that everybody knows why we are here, where we are headed, why is this meaningful. I need to understand what are the required and desired skills and behaviours for each employee, for each role, and identify what skills and behaviours the current people have compared to what they need to have, and identify the skill gap. And then have targeted, deliberate, effective training to fill those gaps. To support people further, you want to make sure that you have effective coaching and support in place. Yeah, change doesn't happen in a training room. Change happens once you get back onto the job and you get the appropriate coaching and support to execute on these new skills and behaviours. You want to make sure you understand the critical objectives in a sales interaction. There are key components, key objectives that you must achieve in a sales conversation before you're able to move on to the next phase in the sales conversation. Everybody needs to be clear about those and understand how to achieve them. You want to understand buyer behaviour and motivation. Why would somebody buy from you? Your salespeople need to become experts in building trust and demonstrating value. They are just the core principles in sales conversations. You want to ensure that you can recognise and adapt to the different communication styles with the people that you're selling to. Ensure that you can establish a continuous improvement culture within your business. People are keen to learn, they want to develop, they want to grow. Ensure that you develop strong human skills, particularly for your salespeople. Communication skills, negotiation skills, empathy skills. Make sure all staff understand their impact on customers and their impact on results. So spoke about it briefly for pillar 1. You want to align the whole business. Every employee in your organisation should understand how they impact on the results of your organisation. Ensure you're providing effective leadership training and development for your leaders. We run programs that look at this in the context of a leader, a manager and a coach, because all of your leaders require all 3 of these skills to do their job in varying degrees depending on their role in the organisation. And make sure your service, your support, your operational people understand that they have sales roles as well. Sometimes they end in a transaction in a dollar amount, sometimes they don't. It's still basically the same as a sales transaction. And then for pillar number 3, activity, we're not just talking more calls, more emails, more hustle, more. We're talking focused, disciplined, measurable activity that aligns with the systems, the strategy and the frameworks that we had in place before. The type of activity that meaningfully moves a deal forward, a customer forward. So we're talking things like making sure you establish exactly what to track, the key performance indicators and measures that you need to track to achieve what you need to achieve, how you're going to measure that, how you use the data, what you need to do with this data, analyze this data in order to use it effectively. You need to understand how to empower and motivate your staff. You need to align your reporting with the sales process and have a balance between quality and quantity. Yes, this is the pillar for activity. There's no point having activity just for activity's case. So make sure in your reporting and in your monitoring and measures that you're including some quality measures. Typically in a sales environment, this would sit with the CRM. So setting the CRM use and reporting up to deliver on these measures. And also critical when you're looking at activity in your organisation is to make sure your leaders are developing and using skills to support and develop their staff, such as effective feedback, how to empower their staff, what they do with all of this data, all of these numbers when it comes to coaching and having a conversation with your staff. And so without all of these 3 pillars aligned and working together, your business is going to struggle to improve results. Regardless of how many salespeople you hire and fire, you need all of these components of your business working together for your sales team to be effective. So if you're ready to build a high-performing sales team, we should chat.